Woo! All right. GLHF, GLHF. Critical moves do 1.5 times more damage to cement. Good luck, good luck. Okay. Hitting right and wrong up for the rematch. Let's go. We're going to play boring systems. And see how our opponent deals with them. I apologize. I apologize for playing boring systems. Oh, wow. I didn't expect that. I thought that he would play a C5 system. I think that we're going to do the boring thing. And just see how the game develops from here. Okay, so this happens. And after this happens, we have options. I think we've played exactly the same starting position before. What we need to do is obviously defend over here. And then I think there isn't very much that the queen can do. I like this because then this isn't an issue. Over, say, this. Is there an argument to be made for this? Maybe. I like keeping the queen on a light color. What happens if this happens? That's a little bit annoying, right? If this happens and this happens, then we takes here. Well, then we threaten mate, so he can't take here. But we do need to be worried about it. Right? Like after this happens. So maybe that's annoying. Do you do this? Really? This is lame. If we offer this and he takes it, do we feel like we're in a better position? I don't really know. I know it's silly to be wasting time on this early, but but we're gonna do that anyway. If this and then like something like this, then we do this anyway, so that if this happens, then we have the bishop up. No, but then takes, and then we, okay, then it's a bad situation. So I guess we do this then, right? So that we're not hit by this, and so that, oh yeah, knight move can't happen immediately. So actually that was, there wasn't very much point to that. I think what we want to do is knight b d2 into knight b3 to block this, and then there's an outpost here, you know, where maybe like shenanigans can happen eventually. We definitely want to open up the eyes of this bishop here. Yeah, I think that knight, we had time to play e3 bishop, but then we fall into like the potential trap that we had in our last round of the league. If we remove this bishop from defending g2, right, then we run into issues. Like if he doesn't go for the bishop trade or whatever. I wonder if b4 here is playable. Just straight up b4. It's ballsy. Yeah, because you never want to undefend this. You know, like the pawn that's defending the diagonal here or whatever. That's just begging for trouble, basically. Should probably move away from the mic when I'm clearing my throat. I apologize to headphone users. I think this happened in Hand and Brain or something similar. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe it was a game with Sonoy, actually. I think it was it like tutor and average versus me and Sonoy for the last Hand and Brain stream? I think it might have. I've had, I think, this exact game. Okay, I forget what I did with my queen after that move, but I think I've had this game against. Oh, okay. If he wants to kick the bishop, I think I'm okay with that because I don't mind putting my bishop on g3. Right? Oh, yeah, he did this last game too. Okay, this might be a repeat of that game. Actually, I don't think it was. Yeah, it was the last game that we played because now I can't do. My bishop can't go here to sack on g7, like ever, which is an issue. I like the knight move. I also like opening up. Maybe keeping this bishop Wow, I don't really care. I don't really care that much. But it is good to not get sacked on. Oh, it would have been nice to defend f7 as well if I pushed this. So maybe queen here really was the play. We're going to do this. We're going to moon first. I mean, we did a little bit of sinking, so it's kind of cheating. But there we go. This is what we've done. Knight bd2, knight b3, and then we have knight c5 eventually. Okay, that's interesting. If we kick this bishop, is he going to sack it into our knight? Probably, right? Oh, I think no, I don't remember. If we kick this bishop and he sacks it into our knight, then are we like toast? Are we really unhappy with that? It doesn't look great. But his queen has to like rotate over to here, and opening up the G file actually isn't the worst thing in the world. I don't know. I think we just do this off rip. And then his knight can't get in here either. His knight could get in here. But I mean, it is what it is. This diagonal is like super closed off since we played e3, so I'm not super worried about that. Wow, he just goes back. I would have played this move anyway to prevent a piece from getting here, so I'm not too distraught about that. And if he just moves back, probably we just play knight bd2, which we wanted to do anyway. And then we can put our knight on b3, and that relieves our queen of her duties. Wow, this happens. What if we just push here? What happens then? But why? Why is this not a problem? Maybe it is a problem. Do we just make the sensible move? Probably just make the sensible move. This is, yeah, because then if we do this, you can just trade, and it's not like we've really gained anything. We've maybe like opened up our kingside position here. Okay. So this happens. This is the usual. Now if he puts a piece here and we take, then he opens up this diagonal, which is nice for us. We like the fact that he hasn't played e6 like ever. Maybe now we kick actually, because then where does the bishop go? Because if it goes here, okay, maybe that's a little annoying because this happens, but then we have this. I'm feeling it. We're gonna move. We're gonna moon first, even if it feels sort of relatively unsound. What I like about this position for myself is the fact that this queen is doing seemingly little as far as I can tell. I mean, in before, you know, there's some crazy like, you know, takes here in the past, and somehow there's like a line that mates me. Okay, so I expected, well, certainly that this was a possibility. And I think we definitely immediately take here. Yeah, because I mean, this pin is no bueno. I mean, we could do one of these. Oh, maybe that's a good move actually, because then, well, maybe that is a good move. Oh, hold on. Okay, but here if takes and takes, then we have a time travel, right? Which I think feels good for us. I think that feels good for us. Here are those are our options. We can either defend this piece again, so it takes. No, I think I want this, because if he opens up the diagonal, that feels good. If he opens up the triagonal, that feels probably better. Takes, and then I have to move this knight, sure, but I just move it. I don't really care, because I move it here, and then that attacks this. And he doesn't have a bishop to sack on here again with. Let's just do it. Moon first. Yeah, other candidate move was this. Wow, he opens up this. Now, I will say, the way that I almost won the game last time this position happened, where I sort of threw it away, was the time travel along this triagonal. So here he doesn't know. So here if we do this and then this happens, I mean, This diagonal's been open forever, but with this knight here, yeah, I guess there isn't like an amazing way that we can take advantage of this, right? Yet. We could do something like this, which maybe feels promising. Because then we have takes, and then, you know, like something moves. And then, but our queen's not on a light square, which is a real pain in the ass. If this happens, then takes, then check, or not check, but takes back. Maybe is a bit annoying for him. It's hard to say. It's not clear. What we do with this bishop here is a very good question. We also want to unburden this queen really badly. I feel like it's also nice that he doesn't have access to this diagonal with that piece there. Am I okay with this bishop? Yeah, why not? Moon first. Moon first. I want to get... I probably want to at some point, even though it sucks. It's just such a lame move. But I think we have to play rook b1 at some point. Maybe just queen b2 or queen c2. I don't know, but this diagonal I think is the key to victory, right? Yeah, I think that that's absolutely necessary because this way we don't have a board where we just get the immediate win. And there wasn't really a way to preserve that. Actually, we definitely could have if we had done knight here. Then he forks the two, so we get wrecked anyway. So, I mean, yeah, we just take back here, right? We don't want to give him a piece for free. Now we have to be a little bit careful, but also... Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay, so he shuts down the triagonal, which is probably a good move here. It's probably a good move here. Well, this bishop's here to stay, it seems. Now I have to ask ourselves how we open up our opponent's position. Rook b1 is probably a responsible move. We probably do this just to pass the time. Right? Maybe there's like some crazy this move in store for us. We're just going to do this. This is tough. Thankfully, this knight doesn't have a lot of options. And if it ever moves, then we always go back and sack. Although that might not even be a good play. Might not even be a good play. Oh, well, if this is here, then we can't move this bishop here anyway. But okay, so now this knight is pinned because we've got this pawn here, right? So if we push this, well, then pawn can take. But maybe we push this and the knight takes, but then we get this. Like if this moves, if this bishop moves. Ooh, he goes for a break. Our opponent goes for a break. So brave. Just so brave. If takes, then bishop here, yeah? Am I wrong or am I wrong? You know what would be cute? Is like we push this pawn, we put this queen here, and then we like sack somewhere here. I mean, right now all the squares are covered, but I don't know. It's a cute idea. The nice thing here is that he's now unblocked this triagonal, right? So I think something like this, which threatens both this pawn if we kick this knight, but also threatens mate like immediately, is really strong. I think it's forcing. Moon first. Yeah, the danger of pushing this pawn, of course, is that you have to deal with this triagonal now. And if it's his queen that does the dealing with this, then yeah, we just do something crazy like this, right? Actually, he reblocked in the wrong place. Oh no, we can't like do this because then this isn't. Now, how does that change the position? How does that change the position? Maybe we can take here or something crazy. Or maybe we can push here. Hey, hey, hey. Here's an idea. Here's an idea. Because if pawn takes, then we have mate, like, eventually, right? And he's not attacking this bishop, so we don't need to defend this bishop. Yeah, man. Would have been cool if my queen was on a light square diagonal, like, the entire time, but... Okay, maybe we have ideas here. Pushes here, knight takes. Oh, yeah, this bishop hasn't moved, so that's okay for him. So it doesn't quite get us to where we want to be. But now this queen is totally stuck. So if we do something like this, threatening to pin the queen, I want to make sure we're not tunnel visioning. Maybe, not really. This queen's also defending this pawn now. If takes here, he can't recapture. So what can he do? He can recapture with the bishop. Does that get it done for him? Unclear. Is this active enough? This and then takes, and then we pin the queen with the bishop. Is there a way? It would be cool if we could figure out a way to check him that demands that this queen leaves. Yeah, if this and then doesn't take, then we kick the queen. Well, which we can't do because the knight recaptures, but... Okay, what if we capture the knight and then push this? Oh, but then we don't have the queen making this a really dangerous move for our opponent. We could kick the knight this way. That's definitely a move, but then recaptures. So let's just do this. Let's threaten the mate and tie his piece to b7. Well, it's not the mate, but winning of the... Okay, yeah, so this happens, which is honestly fine with us because we still got this diagonal covered. The only issue now is that, you know, he can, like, cover this like this. So, yeah. I mean, the thing is that he can't cover this piece with this rook. I don't know if that's a thing that we can take advantage of. This seems to be a little bit too slow because then it lets him do this. But then if he does that, then we can do this, which is nice for us. Somehow getting this bishop involved feels good. We can't quite piece it together here. What are the missing pieces? We're missing something. What's our opponent threatening? Not as much. He's a little bit on the back foot here. I had to take advantage of this queen, man. How do we do this? Am I missing maybe? Is there a chance that I'm missing? Our queen is really happy here because it can time travel sack to here on this board. Oh, no, it can't. Sorry, the queen's right there. Silly me. Silly me. Are there nice travels, though, that I've missed due to tunnel vision? Takes here. Doesn't feel great. This bishop comes in, but I don't know. What about on other boards? Like here next turn? Maybe capturing on this board. No, but it's not check. Okay. Let's be careful. We don't want to waste too much time here. Takes, push, takes. And have we really achieved anything? Questionable. This here so that we can make this push happen. It doesn't really do very much. Tanks here. Also kicking this could be good. God damn. This push is coming here to seal up all of our ideas here. this is not good for us. And now we can't even do the, this business, these shenanigans. Maybe we push here. Maybe we swing our rook over and make this our priority, but he's got so many pieces that are all defending here, so it's not ideal. He's also never going to attack the square again. This is tough. This is tough. This seems just way too passive. This also seems way too passive. This seems like a good bet. We're not really setting ourselves up for very much. Not really setting ourselves up for very much. What about takes here? Bishop recaptures. Still doesn't really get the job done. Pin this pawn. Since our bishop's not going to do much along this diagonal anyway. Am I going to recapture here anyway when this happens, so it's not even a big deal. I can't believe I'm actually going to have spent all that time on this. And then we just do this anyway. That's a bit of a slap to the face. I like pinning the pawn. Takes, takes, takes. All right. The plan is takes, 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 takes. Mate, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But I don't know. Pinning the pawn seems fine. It seems like it doesn't do very much, but this is the path that we've chosen for ourselves. Okay, this was expected. So now this isn't a thing. Now let's re-examine our time travels. This isn't great, right? Especially because our queen's not out yet. Where do our time travels go next turn? Goes here, so we don't even take the queen here. But he's got to close up this diagonal soon. Maybe that's hard for him to do. No, he probably take and then he immediately does this. Okay. We are running out of time in what I believe to be an advantaged position. Maybe you drop the queen back now. Or we do this. We hit him with this. And then if this happens, we have this, and then this knight maybe is getting away with a little bit too much. Takes here is also an option. No, the bishop recapture is too bad for us. What about this? The problem here is this enables this, right? So we can't actually even do that. No! This is flagging by force. How does this guy know? How does this guy know the anti-Smet strats? Where's the win? Where's the win? This seems like a good move to prevent ourselves from losing to like a crazy push break here. Maybe we do have to swing the rook over. Maybe we castle. Dog. Do we castle in this position, bring our rooks, like double up our rooks, and then play like a 2D endgame? Is this maybe what we do? Do I have the 5D tunnel vision just too hard? How do I play this game? This bishop feels like a wonderful asset. So I think like mindlessly sacking it for a knight, I mean, that's maybe holding down the fort, but only against the bishop itself. Seems like I'm doing my opponent's work for him. Okay. Well, this has happened. But what does this actually do? Do we castle here? Am I insane? Do we push for our own break? Okay, so this push is something that our opponent wants to prevent. I think we either do this or we castle here. Or both. This push here is something I'm not looking forward to. Then we just drop this back. Also, the ability to kick this rook so that this is mate feels really good. Let's do one of these. Is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? So that we get instant mate? Probably not. That's unlikely. Whoa. He takes it. He takes it, huh? He really does take it. Let's check queen travels in this position. Takes. Takes. It's a dud. But takes. Might be a winner. He goes ahead with this move. Is there an argument to be made for maybe we do this immediately to kick the rook? Let's do it. Kick this rook so that we have the bishop mate. I'm cool with that. Whew. No, I haven't read. I don't remember what chat is. I haven't read chat in so long. It's probably good for me. It's probably good for me. Not like I've had a lot of, spare time on my hands here to talk to chat. What is cool is that if this queen ever moves, then we do have a time travel to here, or after takes, pawn takes, queen here is mate. But this bishop has to move for that to, or what this queen has to move for that to happen. And I don't see like a brilliant way of kicking it. I mean, this is pretty ineffectual, right? Like it's effectual if we take, well, I guess now this opens the door for us to maybe take this. And then if takes, then takes. And takes can't happen because takes happens. Kicks the queen, so maybe this turned out well for us. Hard to say. Opponent's thinking. That's a good sign. His bishop hasn't been super effectual this game. I think maybe what happened, if something like this happens, I think maybe then we do just that. We take here, and then if takes here, we take back, and then takes, and then we just takes here. And then he can't push because this is pinned as F. And then we've got good situations here with the, then if he moves the queen to move the pawn. Oh, not what I expected, but makes a lot of sense. Now if we take, he can take back with the bishop. Big brain plays. Do we maybe castle now? Do we maybe castle now? Is that a good idea? This is also no longer like, potentially game winning, which is sad. We also no longer have a, do we have maybe like a crazy, No, we don't. Okay. We're low on time, so we have to do something. I like doubling rooks. He can castle as well, which is just so crazy. We're gonna do this. Wait, you know, seems like it doesn't lose on the spot, I think, and we need to make a move. So that's just what's gonna happen. We've got ideas, just not the means to really sort of get them over the... Okay, so that did happen. Now we need to shift all of the gears. Now I think we probably do a little bit of this. This is tricky, man. If takes, are we scared of anything? Not really. Moon first, sink later. Probably should have doubled the rooks that turn. We're just gonna do that straight up. We have something defending f7 now, which is kind of nice. If we sack into this, then we get this for free, which also sets up the win. That was the thinking with this queen move instead of like doubling the rooks. I think there was an argument to be made for doubling the rooks, but I also want f7 defended at all times, so gotta be a bit careful. If any bishop moves happen, I'm kind of cool with that. Yeah, the fact that this pawn is pinned retroactively seems like a pretty good decision. Yeah, let's see what happens. Our time management's been decent for the last few, you know, I think it was like 4 minutes to like 15. So we've made a little bit of our time back. I think this maybe gets super dicey for our opponent because it's really nice that this rook is no longer here, because now we have a lot of ideas. We have a lot of ideas. And if this knight moves for any reason, then we just have this like on the spot immediately. Well, did I call the knight a rook? Because I do that all the time. I have no idea why. I don't know where I got that from. Yeah, this battery that we're going to form in a second here, especially after we sack here, that feels pretty good. It feels like maybe he has to move this knight, but if he does that, then we just have this immediately anyway. We have to be careful about time travels. Are there any... I don't know. I think I spent a lot of time this game looking for time travel opportunities. I just didn't really find any, so we're not going to worry about it too much. Your opponent's in a bit of a tough spot. I think we have a pretty forcing line here with the bishop takes f6, you know, and then whatever happens, we have bishop takes e4, and then we feel good about ourselves. Because then he has to either defend against mate or lose his queen, right? Maybe that's what he's calculating now. Maybe. Our opponent's in the think tank. I don't blame him. And I've consumed so much caffeine. I mean, caffeine's a diuretic. And I have... That is smart. That is smart. Now we don't have that mate that we were talking about earlier. Is this still a good move? It's probably still a good move, right? We're low on time, so yes. Anything forcing, it's going to be a good move. We now maybe have mating ideas, like time travel mating ideas. Because this is mate still, right? Like check here, and then what does he do? If takes, we have mate. Am I wrong? Or am I not wrong? You cheeky sod. Well done, opponent. So he hasn't lost, but I think we have his queen, right? I think this worked out for us. Yeah, because he either moves the queen or he gets mated still. I mean, this was, yeah, this was nice as an idea, but it didn't quite get the job done, I don't think. This is another situation where our earlier use of the clock has been vindicated, where we're in a decent position. We find ourselves in a decent position, and our opponent now has to catch up on the clock. I think that's probably the only way he doesn't lose the game. Am I wrong about that? Because if he doesn't defend this square, then he's lost to this and then this. And if he does defend this square, he loses his queen, right? Because he can't defend it with the queen unless he does this, but then he loses the queen. And if he defends with something like this, then we do this, and we also have a time travel mate that we line up probably. Yeah, and losing the queen is better than losing the game, if not equivalent. There's an argument to be made there, but I think it's better to lose the queen for some, like, to get compensation for the queen here. So like sacking the queen into the bishop is probably the best play rather than just like king up. But maybe you lose anyway. It's not a pretty situation. It's definitely not a pretty situation. Yeah, we don't envy the decisions that our opponent has to make here. That's for goddamn sure. So what do we do after if this happens and then we takes? Do we just go like pawn grabbing, or do we push these pawns? Do we just wait and then queen time travel here? But then that gives maybe Jurassic Rook is the way forward, or Jurassic Queen. Well, he can't Jurassic Rook. Like, he has to lose his queen then Jurassic Rook, right? Yeah, okay, so the queen trade has to happen. There's just no other way. There's just no other way. Now maybe a Jurassic Rook happens? How Jurassic can it be, I wonder? This is tricky for our opponent. Now we probably do something like queen out here. Just preparing to capture. If moves back, then well, then we can't do very much, so. Maybe he's going to try to push this pawn like this, and then we try to, oh, maybe queen, maybe pawn here is the move. Actually, I don't know the cleanest way to wrap up this game. Okay, so I think probably a Jurassic Rook is our opponent's idea. We will basically win the game on the spot if we do this and he has to move. Probably this is a Jurassic Rook, right? So let's set ourselves up so that we win the game guaranteed in a second. I wonder if we have a time travel. Let's check for time travels really quickly. Doesn't really look like it. So we're just going to do this because clock. And now we threaten mate here. If not here, then in a second. He probably tries to Jurassic Rook. If not, yeah, Jurassic Rook happens. Yeah, we beat the Rook. Speed racer over here. Okay. Desperation Jurassic Rook. That was probably going to happen, right? Let's be real. Wow, that's quite a ways back. Whoa, what happened? I don't know. I'm losing so much time scrolling. jeez. Our opponent's unsure. This game's a real brain buster. Okay. All right, so the submission happened. I can't see the board and my timer's going. Come on. Wow, what a way to flag your opponent. Okay, so this happened. Okay, it's our turn. So what we want to do is not flag. What did we do before? I think that we did something along the lines of this, right? Yeah, we just want to throw the ball back in our opponent's court. Oh, I guess I could have just checked down here immediately. Yeah. And then we do this, right? Yeah, this is what we did. Yeah, this is what we did. Okay, if we replay the game to where we had the same set of circumstances, because this knight this rook really didn't do very much, you know, like over the course of that game. So this take happened, and then we did this, and then this happened. That was a lot of turns in the past, man. Not so good. I liked the way that this game shook out the first time. So we're just gonna repeat. So we're gonna go for round 2. Except it's like a turn offset now. So this knight move happened. Well, this knight move had happened before. Do we? Oh, we transposed. Before I did this, after he did oh yeah, instead of moving the knight, he put the rook there. Right, okay. All right, we're on the same page. Now we maybe have slightly different ideas of, oh, the rook here immediately. What a move, what a move. Okay, let's think. It's smart by our opponent, tell you what. Now we can do this sack maybe. Actually, yes. Sack, and then takes, and then something like, oh wait, we also have like time travel opportunities here. So maybe we want to do one of these. This is a really dangerous play because I have a guaranteed win in the future, but fuck it. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna fucking go for this, man. What are you gonna do about it? Oh wow, this capture actually happened. So now we check. Now we check like this. And then he blocks, and then we take, and then we move the queen. So if he blocks and we take, then this is mate as well. So he's got to be a little bit careful. This is so crazy. We played such a conservative, game earlier. But this does enable us to eventually. Okay, here we take, right? Like for sure. So this is a check that he probably has to deal with because he probably has to deal with this. If he moves away, that's probably good for us. Because where's he going to move to? Here, we can just check him again. Right here, that's just mate in a turn. Here, that's also mate in like a turn or two. So he probably has to take, and then this is mate, right? Yeah, this is mate as fuck. Ooh, officially ahead on timer. Okay. We're getting there, boys. Oh, man. What a crazy game. What a crazy game this has been. Whew. Took a few years off my life, this game. Okay, here. It is a move that doesn't lose him the game immediately, but probably close, right? Actually, what he can do now, what we can do, okay, we probably check him again. If we have like a perpetual here, if we have a perpetual that just catches us up, okay, that's cool with me. Right? No, because this doesn't hit him in the past. Aw, that's rough. That's rough. Oh, we went on time. Yay. Oh, man. What a game this was. This was such a ridiculous game. Oh, man. GG, dude. This was absurd. This was so crazy. All right. Where's our I can't believe we went on time. Oh man. All right, let's rep our opponent here. What a crazy game. That was so fun. There are a lot of great ideas. Oops. I don't know how the ELO bot works, so I just All right, got some ELO back. We're net positive ELO for the day again. Huzzah. Okay. Let's catch up in chat. I haven't read chat for like half an hour. Okay, let's see. Where do we go? Where do we start? Okay, Right and Wrong said GL. I think this happened in Hand and Brain. Yeah. We had a really similar position. B takes A6 almost works. Sadly, Queen can still take. Yeah. First. Moon first. Why is he panicking? He's better in the position. He's always panicking. Andre said the nail on the head there. I'm always panicking. Shit. Sometimes happens where he's looking for two forcing lines in normal better positions. I do that a lot. I really get I do this in classical all the time too. It's like that misperception in your brain where you focus too much on like practicing tactics and stuff, and it doubly so in 5D because there are so many more tactics. Yeah, always looking for like spending time, my radar for like there's a forcing position here, so I should spend time looking for it, isn't always calibrated properly. So I just spend a ton of time trying to figure out lines that aren't there, but it's okay because I'm like good in the position. And then I have to make like some abstract, non-obvious move, you know, that's just like positional. And then I really struggle and I lose time and then I flag. Yeah, that he's always panic. Yeah. There's like a movie quote where he's like, it's like the Hulk where he's like, you know, that's my secret. I'm always angry. It's like, you know, that's my secret. I'm always panicking. That's definitely my, that's going to be my tagline. Yeah. Hi, C252 is here, or was here. Hopefully he's still here. Unless he's confident, like Magnus playing 3-year-old boy. Rook takes D4. Nice. Yeah. Rook takes D4 was fun. This was a fun move to be able to do. Right when this happened, like boom, and we've got the mate here. These bishop back rank mates are always missed, man. This is like what happened with Tesseract as well in that game, and I've lost to these a bunch as well. Yeah, I always miss those. I mean, he has whole 3 minutes, no need to panic at all. It's not about the need to panic, Dreamer. It's more just an instinct. It's a bad habit that I have trouble kicking. I think it's a good thing to panic when he has 3 minutes, better than chilling right into flagging. Still gonna flag here. Also, his position got worse. Oh, ye of little faith. Andre says, you haven't seen Super Cement, Lexi? When are you guys going to realize that as soon as I hit the 2-minute mark, my brain decides to turn on? No, Lexi is completely right here. He says, I have, but I'm afraid it requires 5 timelines. He's actually completely right. This was more of a fluke, if anything. The fact that it was single timeline was not good for me. It just requires him to have 4 times less time than his opponent. Maybe that's what it is. It's like the proportional, the relative time. G5 instead of E takes D was fun. G5 instead of E takes D. G5 instead of E takes D. Oh, sorry. G5 instead of E takes D. G5 instead of E takes D. G5. H takes G5. G5. H takes G5. What the fuck are you talking about, Andre? You've gone too deep. I can't follow you that deep. G5 takes and then takes, I guess. And then, but this is defended now. I guess takes and then literally anything else. And then what do I do? Takes and then, I don't know, like rook out like this or something. I don't know. Maybe he gets his rook like out of the way, like here. G5 and then this happens. And then you capture here. And then I guess that's the idea is that, okay, so if you G5 and then this happens, then that's better for you. Because then you can take afterward. And if he doesn't do something about it, then you get the knight and then you get the win. Maybe because knight, bishop, takes, and then you open up the diagonal for the bishop. I could see it. No way under time pressure that I was going to for a second consider that. That's just like insanity. But maybe he'll explain it a little bit later. Let's keep going. To set up for potential anti-castle bishop time travel. The anti-castle bishop time travel setup. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God. Here to take here. Wow. That's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good. It looks like there's a maybe win for white here. Well, there was a maybe win for white, that's for sure. Finally piling up on the weak pawn after almost no other pieces are left. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it went. Oh, that was cool. He has queen e8, but might not see it. Ooh, we had queen e8. When does queen e8 happen? Queen e8? We had queen e8? Oh, my opponent has queen e8, maybe? Yeah, queen e8 when? In one of these positions? Wait, queen e8. Maybe to defend it? No. Maybe here he had queen e8? Is that what's being said? Oh, yes, queen e8 certainly is a thing. Yes, Lexi, so well spotted. Because queen e8... I thought queen e8 doesn't do the trick because, you know, takes, and it just doesn't work. But obviously it does because once this is where my 2D visualization is clearly not on point. Yeah, because takes. If there's a queen on e8, yeah, then we just don't have we don't have it because this queen, once this pawn is gone, defends here. So it would be or here, I guess, or no, sorry, yeah, here. If takes, I probably still would have done it, right? Because after enough turns, we have like a time travel 2 turns in the past. Checks. And then because we've got queen here, takes is necessary because if anything else, then queen here is mate. So if queen takes in that situation, queen takes is mate. And he can't, yeah, so I think it's not enough. But it's good. Told you about super cement, Lexi. Queen e8, yeah. I was pretty surprised by G6 since it's a nice resource. Yeah, G6 was good. I think neither work, but maybe, you know, don't quote me on that. Maybe someone else sees it. But I guess it wasn't planned. G6 wasn't great due to capture on F6. But what for is queen e8? Dreamer is poetic as always. Save the queen and cover mate. Keep the game going. Which turn? Now or awful? After queen e8, I think d5 looks good. Now it's over. Hello? Bishop takes g6? Bishop takes g6? When did we have the option for bishop takes g6? No? Oh, maybe he... I don't know. Oh, wait, for some reason I thought travel to g6 would win. Apparently it won't. Lol. Jurassic undo, then Jurassic again. You probably had the animation on and hit undo to try and cancel it. Oh no. He undid the move just to waste Samet's time. I did have to scroll back and forth. Actually, it worked because you don't get the... What should really happen is either the timer should pause, which probably shouldn't happen, or the new timeline should happen immediately so that you have the option, because that can flag your opponent genuinely. That was fucked up. I lost like 3 seconds, you know, or 5 seconds. Granted, you know, there's a delay when you make a new timeline, so actually it wasn't a big deal, but I don't know. I feel like there should be analog ways of getting around that delay. Stop calculating ideas on this timeline, for fuck's sake. after the time travel, yeah. Nice attack. Cement one on time. Sorry. Wait, what universe is this? You guys. Right and wrong's back. Hey, right and wrong. What a crazy fucking game, dude. GG. Is it this one? GG. See, Lexi, and you didn't believe in cement. Lexi. My own mods.